What's up, guys? JV2017 here, and a massive patch just came out for both the PS3 and the Xbox 360. I'm going to be covering the patch notes on all of these and showing you the before and after. I got footage from before the patch and after the patch to give you guys a comparison. This video took forever, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it's really informative because I think it is. But anyways, it takes 6 seconds for you to capture a care package on your own. Now, this new thing says basically players with Black Hat PDA can no longer hack a care package faster than the owner can capture it. So basically, I have my buddy here, Horns, throwing down his care package. It's going to come down. I'm going to show you guys what the difference is when I, the teammate, try to hack it. It used to be really quick, and now it's much slower. So you'll see right here on the left, beforehand, it's going to take about 2 seconds, and then after, it's so much slower. It takes almost 7 seconds, 6.5 seconds to hack it after this patch. So basically, you won't have your teammates stealing your care packages anymore. This right here, it says players using Ghost and a suppressor attachment will no longer appear on the enemy's minimap while shooting and while moving, or while shooting and moving while the UAV is up. So before the patch, this is what happens. Now, there was no difference. I'll just go ahead and tell you guys, there's no difference that I could tell. So this was, I had a friend, and he is on the other team in a custom match, and he has Ghost and UAV. He was running around there and nothing was happening. He didn't show up on the UAV. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what they were talking about. Maybe it was a little glitch and they addressed it. I'm not sure. But that's I didn't find any difference there. Right here, I don't have any footage of me showing that the UAV cost increased from 350 to 425, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys can check that for yourself. They nerfed the lightning strike. They added a 750 millisecond delay to how long it takes. So as you could tell before, it took about 3 seconds for you to call it in, and then the first strike would come down 3 seconds later, and then they basically nerfed it by a full second. So there's a little bit of a nerf there. Next, we have Bouncing Betty. Now, this was weird. You guys can pause and rewind and look at this as many times as you want, but from this footage right here, it looks like it's faster. From the time that the Betty was set off to the time that you were dead and it showed the death screen, it's faster on the after side. Now, maybe there's some kind of invisible difference that I couldn't pick up on, but I don't know. That was very strange. Sensor Grenade, they basically increased the range. I didn't really test that, but I did test the frequency, pings, and the amount of time that players appear. So basically, this is the before the patch right here. You'll see that this thing lasts around, let's see, about 4.5 seconds, a little over 4.5 seconds is how long the actual thing lasts. Then we're going to see how many times it pings. It basically pings once a second before the patch. That's how it was before the patch. And then also we're going to see how long it shows basically the people or the person on your radar after it's gone away, and it's a full 5 seconds. So now after the patch, they basically just increased those numbers. They didn't increase how long it lasted, so we're going to see about the same time. It's going to last around the same time, a little over 4.5 seconds. And then it's going to ping a lot more often. As you can tell, it's pinging about once every half second. So that's pretty awesome, or whatever number that they actually put on there. I can't remember what it is. And then finally, this is the footage of him, how long it lasts afterwards, and that's a full 6 seconds. So they added a second onto that time. That's pretty cool. Concussion Grenade, decreased movement penalty and turn speed penalty when hit. So this is before the patch. I'm going to show you guys right here. Basically, the movement speed before and after. It's hard to tell, to be honest. It seems like a very, very small difference. You guys can tell for yourself or make your own opinions off of what I'm showing you here. But I saw very little difference. Now I'm going to show you guys the turn speed difference, which was something that they said they nerfed. Obviously, I just read that. And again, it's really hard to tell. From the before and after, I don't see much of a huge difference. And the reason the after looked like I was turning slower is because the concussion was much closer to me than the before one. So next, they nerfed all SMGs. Increase hipfire recoil, increase max hipfire spread, and reduce bullet penetration. I checked the first two, not the bullet penetration. That was kind of difficult to check. But basically, I'm going to show you guys a ton of before and after here's. Before and afters here. So yes, as you can tell, hipfire spread is it just kicks up more, basically, is what you're going to see throughout all these weapons. That was the MP7. This is, of course, the PDW. as you can tell, once again, it's just going to kick up a little bit more and maybe a little more in the direction that the gun typically kicks. So that's up and to the right for the PDW. The Vector, again, it's just a little bit more. As you can tell, it just kicks up just a bit more. And again, this is the same across all submachine guns. I guess they felt that submachine guns were overused and therefore, you know, they wanted to nerf it. MSMC barely, you can see barely a difference, which that's one of my favorite weapons, so I'm glad they didn't really nerf that a bunch. They really did a bunch of tuning with the Chickum right here. As you can tell, it kicks up much more than some of the other weapons, in my opinion. And then finally, Scorpion Evo, they mess with it a little bit, and as you can tell, not a huge difference, but there's once again a larger spread. So next, the MSMC and the PDW got increased recoil slightly. So I just took this as aim down sight recoil. So here's the PDW aim down sight recoil before and after. Basically, the after effect again just kicks up a little bit more. As you can tell, not a huge difference between those two. The MSMC, again, not a huge difference at all. For some reason, it kicked to the left on the before on this weapon and then up and to the right on the after. I don't know what happened there. Next, they reduced idle sway. I didn't test that for all assault rifles, but they also reduced the lethal range of 3-hit kills from 250 to 50 inches. That's a very short range for 3-hit kills. And if you guys know, this weapon right here, oh my god, this weapon right here is actually a 4-burst. So as you can tell, that kill right there, I'm using select fire to show you guys 3 shots. That was 250 inches. Now we're looking at after. It's reduced to this close. I'm telling you guys, that close is when you'll get a 3-hit kill. So they basically nerfed, I guess, the hipfire, you know, efficiency of that weapon. So right here, they increase recoil across all the assault rifles that you can put select fire on and shoot automatic. As you can tell with the M8A1 here, it just kicks up more, or maybe not even at all. It's hard to tell, but you know, I'm sure with further tests you can tell a little bit more. Okay, look at the recoil on the before for the FAL. It's like nothing, and then after they kicked it up. So I like what they did with the FAL. Look at that before. That is ridiculous. That's not even recoil at all on the automatic FAL. Next, we have the SWAT 5.56, which they nerfed a little bit. As you can tell, it kicks up a little bit more on the after right there on the right. And then right here for all sniper rifles, they increased hipfire spread, and they did something with the laser sight, but I didn't test that. And then finally, they increased the recoil on the XPR 50. So I'm going to show you guys basically just a little bit of tests with the hip firing snipers. I don't know why people would use laser sight. I don't know why they nerfed that, but as you can tell, a little bit of a larger spread just overall with both of these weapons. Just the general spread, like the little crosshairs are much, not crosshairs, but hip indicators, I guess, hip fire indicators are wider. So that gives you just kind of a good idea of, you know, the difference you're going to see. So maybe it's going to be harder to get those sick, nasty, no-scope kills with snipers. I don't know. I don't use snipers a lot in this game, unfortunately. But they're pretty good. They're pretty good. So, yeah, as you can tell, well, you can't really tell, unfortunately, because, you know, the hipfire spread's kind of ridiculous with snipers in the first place. But, yes. And again, less bullets that are in the kind of general vicinity of the hip spread with the XPR. And then finally, here's that increased recoil that I mentioned before. And they increased it just a little bit, and it kicks up just a wee bit, as you can tell on the right. So anyways, there are 2 more things that they did I want to talk about. First off, with shotguns with the 870, they reduced the 1-hit kill range by 45 inches. I actually tested this but screwed up, and I realized this afterwards, after 4 hours of editing, so I didn't decide to include it. I'd say it causes a little bit of a difference, but not too much. With the pistols, they reduced the headshot multiplier from 1.4 to 1 with the B23R, thank God, and the Cap 40. And again, I did some bad testing. It wasn't going to show you guys anything, so I decided not to use it. But rest assured, those 2 weapons are definitely nerfed. If you were, well, I was seeing that the B23R is just ridiculous at close range, and I'm glad they nerfed it a little bit. So anyways, guys, wow, that was a ton of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new from this, because this video took so long to edit, maybe as long as a gun guide. Like, I'm not even kidding. I had so much stuff to cut together, blah blah blah. Anyways, yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please remember to click that like button. If you learned something new, please remember to click that like button. I'd really appreciate it with the effort that I put into this video. And yeah, once again, for like the third time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and look forward for more tip videos and gun guides in the near future. Talk to you guys later. Peace.